Mickey, I'm sorry. There was some connection problem and I don't know what happened. I couldn't go back and front as something happened. Well, this is the work of tech. Everybody,
It's
I'm
being Gomzi. It's being Gomzi.
Mickey and Ms. Gomti. We both are online together. Everybody, the man, the gentleman here needs no introduction. He's the one and only Mickey Mehta. And he is India's global holistic guru. He has done so much for wellness that whatever I say is going to be less. Let me just give you a bit brief on what Mickey's all about, which you already know, I'm sure. He has coached everyone from the top politicians to Navy, the Indian Army, the Mumbai Police, Bollywood stars, ex-Miss Indias, and he's authored books like The Shunyam Quotient and Lose Weight, Gain Shape. Now, Mickey has not already done this. I must share something very special with you, that Mickey has just completed 50 years of yoga on the 29th of August. Now, guys, you want to know how old he is? Yes, he's 59. That means he started yoga when he was 9 years old. I mean, that's a bit much, right? You're really kidding me. And Mickey, can you just talk about a little bit about your journey?
Journey. Okay, so my journey started at Grant Road, where I was born. And it was deep in the dungeons of Grant Road, where there was a small Parsi community nestled there. And it was a red light area of Mumbai. It still is. And it used to be, it is called Playhouse or Falkland Road. And yes. And I was born there in a small Parsi community. And I call that the Harlem of India.
Oh my God.
And then in 2017, when I spoke at Harvard, the title of my talk was From Harlem to Harvard.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's in short my journey from Harlem to Harvard.
Oh, that's true. I mean, that's fantastic. You've really come a long way. I mean, 59 years and look at you. You still look like 29.
Well, it is, you know, age is just a number, a very lowest denomination phrase or adage. I would say one never grows old. When one stops growing, one becomes old. Don't stop growing, guys. Don't stop growing. And don't stop flowing. Don't stop glowing.
Get optimized, get energized, get naturalized, get Mickey-mized.
Get Mickey-mized.
I'm his latest client, by the way, guys. I'm going to be going to him every morning and chilling out with him and, you know, learning kung fu and karate and the works. Okay, Mickey, I want to ask you a question. You know, you are really famous for teaching swimming in 24 hours. I mean, you're even featured in the Limca Book of Records. Now, I've won several trophies when I was a kid, and I was really a good swimmer. I wish I had met you that time because it took me ages to, you know, to learn swimming. How do you do that? What's the science behind teaching someone, swimming in 24 hours? I'm very curious. I'm sure everyone is.
So way back in, I think, 1986, when I was in Oman, and I was the health club manager there in the Holiday Inn Hotel. People used to come on their holidays to learn swimming. So that those days it was Thursday, Fridays in Oman. You know, our Saturday, Sundays were their Thursday, Fridays.
Absolutely.
So they would come there, and I was good at alleviating their fears, phobias, anxieties. And actually, I was not teaching them how to swim. I was teaching them how to be afloat in life. My philosophy was even very clear then, that teach people how to be buoyant.
Wow.
Upregulate your spirits, upregulate your confidence, upgrade your self-conviction.
Yes.
And calm yourself, relax yourself. You know, yoga is all about let go and let it be. So in the let go and let it be, one just drops dead in water and one gets afloat. But when you get tight, apprehensive, you drown. So even today, I teach people how to remain afloat in life. Not literally swimming. That's an analogy for life coaching.
Now you spoke like a true life coach, Mickey, because this is so inspirational. A lot of people need this, you know, need this pep talk, especially in this time. Another question I want to ask you is that, you know, nowadays, from your point of view, how important do you think is the role of sports in one's life, especially for the youth? Because if you have sport in your life in youth, it shapes you. It shapes many people, the large percentage of the population, to be balanced adults. I personally feel it is one of the best gifts given to a child. So do you think it's really of prime importance?
In the perspective of recreation, yes. In
Yeah.
the perspective of building personalities and characters, it can go some far, you know.
Yes. Yes.
In the perspective of bringing some confidence in skill sets and talents, maybe yes, so far. But otherwise, to
Yes.
me, sports don't hold as much as fundamental importance in life
Yes.
as much yoga does.
Yes. Yes.
So let me tell you how yoga could help evolution of mankind.
Okay.
So
Lovely.
let me tell you, give you 4 pillars of fitness, health, wellness, and well-being. The
Okay.
4 pillars of fitness, health, wellness, and well-being, which is the ladder of evolution, and which if you climb, you can climb higher than gods, you can rise higher than gods, or you can fall below animals if you don't, if you slip.
Interesting.
So
Yes.
yoga has 4 pillars. The first pillar is conserve your breath, preserve your body, become a tortoise. Every exercise principle should be sub-maximal and sub-intensity. So don't work out like an animal, don't eat like an animal, and don't sleep like an animal completely unconscious. You must be
Yeah.
awakened. You must be
Yeah.
awakened even in your sleep, like the ninja. He is deep in sleep, but if somebody comes with a sword, his hand goes up like this.
Places.
Yeah, it goes up like
Where?
this naturally
Correct.
because he's awakened. So when somebody
Yes.
asked Buddha, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
he
Yes.
said, "I'm awakened." So he expressed the philosophy of Advaityam, which means he did not say that I'm a man, I'm a yogi, I'm a Buddha, I'm a human, I'm a soul. When you don't even identify yourself with a soul, you are ephemeral being. And that ephemeral being is the Sakshi Bhav, the Sakshat.
Wow.
The ephemeral being is the witness value, which is non-judgmental, non-aligned, simply centered, and which is
Hmm.
perhaps the paribhasha of yoga, swastha, स्वयं में आस्था.
I
स्वास्थ्य की
see.
परिभाषा है स्वयं में आस्था, which means
Wow.
faith
Wow.
in your
Wow. Wow.
own being. So स्वयं में स्थित, स्वयं में उपस्थित, स्वयं की उपस्थिति, जागृति, बोध, chaitanya bhav, gyan, the ultimate gyan. It is not the gyan of the books. You will have to do unlearning. To
Yes.
learn, to be wise, you have to unlearn.
Yes.
The philosophy of Tao says, empty the
Yes.
cup to refill it again and again. But
Interesting.
remain empty. So the
Yes.
mindfulness philosophy of the Westerners is very shallow. It is
Yes.
literally empty the mind and mind the emptiness. Keep your
Mm.
mind empty of the junk and fill it with the light of awareness. And the light of awareness only comes when you don't identify yourself with labels. Advaityam. Also the meaning of swastha is wholeness, holisticism, completeness, integration. And this totality brings about rhythm and flow. And this rhythm and flow comes to rise with your breath. So swas. So
So
swas
everything
se
is a
bane
lot of life, good
breath
existence
is
is your
primary to life. Breath is primary to life. So
prana.
yeah, so swast se nikle swara. स्वरा से बने सुर, सुर
Ji.
से निकले संगीत, और संगीत से हम हो जाए तरंगीत, which is the bioelectricity. So the biochemistry gives rise to bioelectricity. The rasayan. So the dhatus and the tattvas. So the dhatus are rasa, rakta, mausha, meda, ashti, maja, shukra.
Wow.
So these dhatus are rasa, means your rasayan. Okay?
Right.
Rasa rakta, from which becomes your blood, gets nourished. Mausha,
Yes.
mausha, your muscles. And then meda, asti, mada, shukra, which means your adipose tissue, your fat, your nerves. And shukra is your overall shukra, the energy which gives impetus to life, and which is responsible for this glow and aura. And
Wonderful.
this in turn gives rise to Ashtanga. yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyan, dharana, samadhi. So self-discipline, self-regulation, observation, and most importantly, breath and postures in poetry. Asana means postures, and
Yes.
asana are postures in poetry, because
Yes.
is the seat of awareness, the seed of awareness from which the fogginess gives way to clarity, the complexities gives way to vision, and in the flow and the rhythm, empathy comes to rise, sympathy comes to rise, your being becomes compassion, and philanthropy comes to rise, creativity, productivity comes to rise. So yoga becomes responsible for evolution of mankind, for building personalities and characters, not just sports. Sports is a small a of A to Z of life.
Yes.
There is much more to life than sports.
Yes.
Sports is a leela. Sports is a maya. And maya and leela are nothing but they are transient. They are transient. They are not the constants.
Correct.
So all that because of which you can touch, taste, feel, smell, hear is yoga. Yoga is the confluence of energies. The Ganga, the Yamuna, when they meet at a point, they give birth to a new entity called Saraswati.
Oh, lovely. Yes.
Which means the ultimate wisdom of life. And so yoga is the principle. Yeah, yoga is the principle. Yoga doesn't mean circus of asanas only.
Yes.
As divinity is a principle, divinity doesn't mean people personified gods.
Yes.
So Krishna, Christ, Muhammad, Mahadev, they were also human beings. We also human beings, we can nurture ourselves and become gods. So we can become as fragrant as flowers. We can become as sweet as fruits. We can deepen our roots, and we can rise as high as a sun, and we can be as radiant as light, and we can be as vibrant as ether, air, earth.
And they don't call you the holistic guru for nothing. There's some reason they call you global holistic guru. So tell me, Mickey, coming back to I have a lot of people who ask me, what's your take on keto? What's your take on intermittent fasting? What do you have to say about these kind of diets? Because a lot of people are very confused.
Okay, so now please don't get me wrong.
No, not at all.
But gymming is todfor.
Yes, bilkul.
With cacophony of music.
Yes.
It doesn't bring your homeostasis. It doesn't give you equanimity.
Yes.
So yoga is a jod, gym is a tod. Gym has to break your muscles, tear your muscles for it to grow after 72 hours.
Yeah, correct. So true.
Gymming is for strength. Yoga is for energy, which ever perpetuates.
Yes. So true.
Which precedes life, which exceeds life. Because the same energy also carry forwards the memory imprint of life, the imprint of karma in life after life. So if you were to see, students of 4 playing piano, a student who's 7 years old, who playing violin and who can compute maths. This is nothing but memory carry forwarded in the current life and accidentally being accessed. But the same memory of eternity could be accessed in yoga. Otherwise.
Wonderful. That is so beautifully put. That's beautifully put.
Okay. So yoga means chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta is, your mind. Vritti means agitation, calming of the mind. So if on one hand, yoga is the confluence of energy, on the other hand, yoga is the congruence of your sacred geometry with the geometry of the cosmos, your circadian rhythm, getting unified and synchronized with the universal rhythm.
Yes.
So your humanity gets synchronized with the universality.
Yes. The circadian rhythm is very important to be in tandem with the circadian. Yes.
With the circadian, with the rhythm of the cosmos. So the second thing is congruence of your sacred geometry with the geometry of the world. The third thing is consonance of your cortex, frontal cortex, connecting with the universe.
Yes.
With your pineal gland, your command system, with your intention, thought, attention. And the fourth is connecting and resonating, resonance of your limbic brain, your reptilian brain. So resonating with sympathy, care, empathy, compassion, which is yoga all about being in flow, being in rhythm, being in harmony, get harmonized, let negativity get neutralized, get Mickey-mized.
Get Mickey-mized. So I'm going to ask you one of the last questions. I know you're busy. You know, I asked Shweta the same question. Now, yoga is India and India is yoga. What do you feel? You know, I feel really strange when I keep reading about this bear yoga, and you have pet yoga, then you have hot yoga. I mean, what happened to our real yoga? I mean, our yogis brought yoga down, and these people have taken it abroad. I mean, with all due respect to them, they have some fantastic American gurus and foreigners who have really mastered the art. Hats off to them. But all this bear yoga, and I mean, isn't it taking away from the actual essence of yoga? I don't feel very good about it. What about you?
Yoga should never have a brand.
Lovely. I love that.
It should never have a label, because yoga is the principle of life.
Beautiful.
Our lives are based on the principle of polarities. When matter is born, when polarities are born, matter is born.
Yes.
And when there is distance between the matter, space is born. And the time taken to travel between two different objects, time is born.
Yes.
So when yoga is born out of polarities, so when polarities are in conflict, they are in disharmony. But when they complement, it is yoga. When they contradict, it is stress. But when they complement, it is yoga. Now, you were into garments, right, Gomzi, long back? You were into garments. Now, you were into garments long back?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so let me tell you, let's say if Arvind Mills were to export garments to Hugo Boss, Armani, Pepe, Levi's, and they would export the denim, and each one would make the denim jeans out of the same garment, out of the same cloth.
Correct. They're just branding it differently.
And different styling. So all this is nonsense, rubbish.
Yes.
Yoga is yoga. And yoga should not be taken to the heights of intensity. And there shouldn't be any speed, and no cacophony should be involved. Yoga is about stilling. In being and becoming. Stilling and seeing. Being and being able to see more. Opening up. Yoga is about opening up. Letting be, letting go. Letting be, letting go. It's a curd karma. So when you mix milk with the small portion of curd, you leave it for 12 hours.
Yes.
So if you keep putting the spoon every hour inside, curd will never be formed.
Absolutely.
So if you want your mind and spirit to be formed and become whole and integrated in yoga, don't keep putting spoons inside by branding it and mutilate it with speed and intensity.
This is so good, because you know, most of our talk has been on yoga, and I think you stress so much on the benefits of yoga and the beauty of yoga, the actual essence of yoga. It's amazing.
It is the essence.
The true essence of life.
It is in Hindi. It is called jo anivarya hai, anivarya, which is the essential without which life cannot move on. So yoga is fundamental to life. And our Rishi Munis were scientists, they were seers, they were poets, and they were philosophers 4 in 1. They were 4 in 1. And our Rishi Munis thousands of years back said Bhugol, which means our earth is round.
Wow, that's amazing.
And our Rishi Munis says Jagat, Jag jiski koi gati ho. Science never realized before the tools of measurement that the earth is moving around on its own axis. Yes. Our Rishi Munis knew it. They could feel it, they could see it. So yoga gets your 5 horses, 5 senses together and makes it a common sense. And that common sense gives you extrasensory perception, multi-sensory perceptions, intuitions, foresights, and insights.
That's amazing. Mickey, this is absolutely fabulous what you've been sharing with us. I want to ask you on the last question, what pearls of wisdom would you like to impart to today's youth? I mean, is there anything you would like to advise the youth of today to motivate them to not lead a sedentary life, to not eat packets of chips, to not have your sugar rushes, to, do yoga?
I would rather give my some pearls of wisdom to the parents.
Ah,
Watch your children grow. You have two eyes to watch them, observe them.
lovely.
Listen to your children every day. Smell your children, sense them, what are they doing in life, who they are meeting, who they are being with. It's not about stalking. Taste your children, what they take in, everything that they consume. Taste, whether it is OTT, whether it's food. Peer into their life without stalking, with deep love. And lead your life with example so that they follow you and the rub-off happens. Look at them with love and compassion and they will transform.
How lovely is that?
Don't deal with a cane. Talk to them, hug them, kiss them, nurture them with so much of love. Give them so much of attention that your deep connect, your deep intimacy and your deep bonding will not appeal them here, but appeal them here. And they will do everything you ask them to do. They will eat out of your palms. Only because you love them so much and they can feel your love. Give them hair-raising experiences. Sing with them, talk to them, laugh with them, take them out in the open, make them hug trees, roll in the grass, smell mud, look at the flight of a bird and wonder. Make them wonder at the fragrance of a flower, make them wonder with the sweetness of the fruits, make them wonder with how does coconut water so sweet climb up 200 feet? How does butterfly become so beautiful? How being so fragile, it can still fly.
So Mickey is also a fantastic poet, as we can see. He's a poet, but he knows it. There are many poets who don't know it. So Mickey is a poet, he's an author, he's a holistic guru. He's the whole 9 yards. He's a one-stop shop.
So one last thing,
yes.
Omzi. I've been working with so very many cancer patients, asthmatic patients, paralytic patients. And with divine grace, laws of nature, naturopathy, we've got back dying people and now they are living for 14, 15 years. Wherever medical science has written them off that not more than 3 months, 4 months, they are living a fulfilled life for 15 years now. So guys, believe in yourself first. Swayam mein sthit, swayam mein upasthit, swayam mein astha. Swas se banaye swar, swar se banaye sur. Sur se banaye sangeet, aur sangeet se ho jaye tarangeet. And then you can get energized, maximized, optimized, naturalized, synergized, synchronized, internalized, eternalized, revolutionized, evolutionized, mesmerized, hypnotized, specialized, initialized, negativity neutralized to get Mickey Mouse.
Woo! Mickey, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. And I think a lot of people have responded fabulously. I can see the comments. They're loving it. They have really enjoyed what you spoke, especially your pearls of wisdom. And everyone out there, I'm going to get Mr. Mehta back. He can run, but he can't hide because he's got so much of knowledge to share that we're going to keep getting him back whenever he has time and whenever he says yes to us. Thank you so much, everyone, for being online.
Yes, always.
Thank you for being part of the Be Conscious Scholars. And see you soon, next time, very soon. Thank you, Mickey. Thanks again.
Love you all. Love you.
Thank you. Love you too. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.